Welcome to Blue Spruce Hollow. My name's Ariana. I live in Northern Ontario, and uh, through my research, I found that I couldn't find a lot of channels that had anything to do with Northern Ontario and growing in a Zone B, kind of becoming a 4A, but mainly Zone 3 planting. And we actually have a lot of plants available to us, and I'm starting my garden from scratch because we recently just moved into this house. So I kind of wanted to do a quick January walkthrough, kind of go over some plants I've been milling about for the garden and our areas and our spaces, and be able to show over time how we get kind of what I'm aiming for. We'll see how it works out. So here we have our front garden. As you can see, we have a blue spruce, and we share our front gardens with connected neighbors, so it's a common area garden. The blue spruce, as you could assume, does give us a lot of shade. Surprisingly, not as much as I thought originally. It really just begins like underneath, but this whole area does still get a lot of sun. I actually had some coral bells right here, and they roasted during the summer. So I have to move them during, and even some stilbees, because I thought this would all be sun, and we had to move them because they roasted. So new game plan for next year. We are going to plant shade flowers, loving flowers over here by the window area, because this gets a little bit of morning sun, but it mostly is dominated by shade. And then coming over here, we have an area of sun again, as I said. And as we continue moving down, we have all this right here that does actually get full sun in the summer, so it's fantastic. And going to the end of the driveway. Some things that I think like I need to work on a little bit is the spruce takes a lot of water, so this bed is very dry, so I'm kind of looking for drought resistant plants. The pines cause a lot of acidity under the soil, so we're looking for more acid also loving plants. So just kind of things to keep in mind as we get going. This is more of going to be a memorial garden for me. I'm trying to keep it white purple with a punch of red, because my grandfather's favorite color was red, and he's what got me into gardening. So that's how I think we're going to do our front garden. Underneath the tree, I recently saw something using rocks and planting within the rocks. We have a bunch of stones in our backyard, and I've just kind of been wondering, like, what do we do with this? And where should we put them? So I think I might put them underneath the tree and plant some plants in between it. Probably sounds funny, but we'll see how that turns out. All right, now we're going to go to the side of our house. As you can see, we have a lot of snow. The snowbanks are almost as tall as me, and I'm 5 feet. As I said, we're zone 3B, maybe 4A. So we get to minus 35. Last week it was minus 34.5 for a few days in a row. So we need to like really be sure that we're planting winter hardy plants in this area as well. Well, this is the side of our house. We're clearly not getting down there anytime soon because of the snowbank. And we have like some obstacles along the side of the house that we're going to need to keep in mind while planting. But for now, my plans are, we have stairs here going down, and it's not really conducive with using a wheelbarrow to try to get to the front garden. So we're going to try to make it more of an incline. And right now, the whole base is interlocking kind of like cobblestones. So we're going to get rid of that. We're going to dig it up. We're going to grade it a little bit better. And my plans are to do like a rose allée. So because this cooks also in the summer. So we're going to get rid of everything. We get a lot of sun. So I think the rose allée would look really cute right here and give us more of a secret garden kind of vibe along the side of the house. And in between, I'm probably going to plant a lot of like perennials, like different, like yarrow and foxglove, maybe some tubers like some dahlias. Still trying to think how this is going to look. I don't have a concrete plan yet, But I think just to begin multiple arbors with roses. Well, we're back here now. All right. Well, welcome to our back garden. Now, this is where things get very small. We have a pretty oversized deck, and our yard itself is pretty small. So, just trying to figure out what I want to do back here still. I'm thinking I kind of want to do a bit of a parterre look, but I love flowers too much to have all the same style in 4 different beds. So maybe something along the lines of a parterre, but maybe with more of like a garden punch to it, a cottage garden punch to it. Right now, we have lawn. And what was really funny was last year I was digging out the front garden, and we thought there's mulch on the ground. We're like, okay, we're going to remove the mulch. We're going to remove the landscaping fabric, and we're going to add new soil, till the area, create a nice big garbage bed, a nice flower bed. Well, to our surprise, I peeled back the landscaping fabric, and it was just rocks underneath. It had been a rock garden, I guess, and the mulch wasn't actually mulch. It was all pine needles from the tree that had built up. So it was a little bit of a surprise. So we're like, oh my goodness, what are we going to do with all of these rocks? So we wheeled them to the backyard, and we put it on the grass because we knew we wanted to get rid of the lawn back here, because it's such a small patch and we don't really have room for a lawnmower. So we're like, we're going to get rid of it and make this all garden. So we put the stones there. They kind of took care of the lawn for us. And now we're kind of just deciding what to do here. So I do have already a Annabelle hydrangea and a blue meringue lilac tree. What you can't really see right now is starting about right here and going all along, there is already a bed, which I think I'm going to just get rid of the side bed, but bring the back one in a little bit more, is kind of my idea. We have a shed, and I just want to not kitty corner the shed. I want to straighten it out a little bit. We have these trees, and the tree is kind of growing onto the fence. So I don't like the way it creaks in the wind. It's kind of freaking me out a little bit. So I think we want to take some of the weight off. It's not our tree, so we can't really do anything about it. So I think I'm going to take off what we can on our yard, the upper branch. It also has so many seeds that fall, and we get these constant shoots of small trees that are growing. So I'd like to kind of like get rid of much of that as possible. Evidently, we also have a hole in the back fence, but again, not our fence, so we can't really do anything about it. So I think I'm going to put a mock orange shrub back here to take care of the corner, kind of fill it out. I already talked to the neighbor on the other side, and she loves mock orange, so we're in. Yeah, I would love to get a nice water feature to be the center and like the focal point of the yard back here. So I think we're going to do that. My swing for reading and enjoying the garden, it's going to be put into the yard somewhere. And we're just going to go from there. Thank you so much for coming, and I can't wait to show you how this space turns out. We have a lot of work ahead of us, and stay tuned because I'm going to keep showing some videos of indoor seating, and even I'm going to try to experiment with outdoor sowing. We're going to see how it goes. I've never tried it before, but I've read some things about it, and I think that's going to be what this is all about, just different experiments. We'll see how it turns out, and if it flops, it flops, but that's gardening. Sometimes flowers burn and need to be moved, but that's all part of it, right, guys? All right, thank you so much for coming to Blue Spruce Hollow. Take care.